I know people don't like to look at it. And it's typically because they're just uncomfortable with sales. And I think in most CrossFitters, unless they're coming to the table with a previous sales background, suck at sales. It's just
Well,
abysmal, myself included.
it's, a 4-letter word or a 5-letter word in this scenario. But yeah, I think, when you think of sales, you often think of the used car salesman, which get a
Right.
bad reputation, right? Like
Right.
I've bought used cars, I've bought new cars. They're not bad people. Like they
Right.
want to be treated with respect, no different than you do. And I think, let's talk about some things that help, and let's talk a little about the psychology of it. But I
Mm-hmm.
think one thing box owners specifically forget is these people need you, and they have a big problem. And it's not just fitness that you're giving them, but you're
Mm-hmm.
changing their life.
Yeah, I mean, I've yet to talk to a box owner who I've asked a question. I'm like, do you believe in CrossFit? They're like, yes. I'm like, are you super passionate about it? They're like, yes. I'm like, do you think you can help people? And they're like, yes. And I'm like,
Okay.
then it's not on the consumer's end. The problem is not on the consumer. The problem is you're uncomfortable selling because you haven't figured out like what your deal with money is, and or you haven't really identified like what it is that you sell. So then that the uncomfortableness of you bobbling around with your words is what messes up the sale. I was telling somebody the other day, so I practice this with everybody all the time. Like it's just reps. Sales is reps, right? Particularly sales is easy. And I say that with an asterisk on it. If you truly believe in what it is that you do, or like, which is every CrossFit affiliate of all time, or like I've yet to meet one of like, this is kind of a bullshit methodology, or like that's not a thing, right? So I was one of the younger coach or newer coaches. We were Lindsay and Cassie and I were having our staff meeting, and then he like popped his head in because we started looping in other people to the sales, like the onboarding process. So I'll just quiz them like on the spot. Sometimes I was like, hey, I was like, what does it cost to join the gym? And he was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wrong. I was like, that's not it. And I was like, so we reviewed it again. I was like, hey, remember, you have to go this direction. And if you build the conversation logically based on what the consumer wants to know, then it's really easy,
Well,
right? They want to know, what does it cost? Are there discounts? Am I committed forever? And how does a holder cancellation work? Right? Like those are like the big ticket items for anybody joining a CrossFit. I could leave out some other things like, do you have a referral program? They're typically not asking about that, but like those things are what they want to know. So how I build the answer to that question would lend itself to a positive outcome because we could agree that they're likely buying anyway. Or like very, very seldom does somebody go through that process. Like, I don't think I want to do it. Right? It's very, very rare.